Well, hello, my beautiful Sagittarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for February 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is your monthly reading for February. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with an in-depth look at what is coming your way. Also, I do want to apologize for the delay in this reading in getting it out to you all. My friend was a little bit unwell, so I had to check in on them and go around and just help them out just to make sure everything's okay there. So it set me back a little bit, but it was totally worth it because I just wanted them to get back to best. So here I am back in my usual space, and let's get straight to your reading. Well, February is here already. I can't believe it. It's come around so fast, but it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster this month, to be honest. All the planets are direct, which means you'll have the energy, the drive to be full steam ahead on all of your projects and plans. Plus, we have the full moon in the sign of Virgo this month, which means you'll be casting a critical eye on all that needs to be done. Yet, of course, you'll always be organized under the Virgo energy, so you'll be influenced to make things happen on your own terms. Now, also, we have a super new moon in Aquarius that sees you feeling more inclined to be a little bit more sociable, getting out there, having fun, letting your hair down a little bit more than usual, and looking out for invitations or sociable events that you can connect to and really build friendships and relationships with other people. Now, also, combining all the elements of the planetary alignment energy, you'll be in the flow of focusing on all your tasks, money, and budget-related endeavors, as well as planning strategies for the future. This is the month to allow your visions to guide your future self, to implement all the necessary steps and make life happen for you. Now, of course, mid-month, we have Mars adding extra fire to the mix, which enhances ambition, drive, and determination. And, of course, with every positive, there is an opposite. So you may also see a clash of personalities this month because Mars tends to raise the bar in terms of tension. There could be some tense arguments arising from the 13th onwards. This could be in business relationships, friendships, families, across the board, really, even right down to, road rage out and about as well there. So I want you to be aware that mid-month there could be a bit of pressure going on. Also, on a global scale, there will be more shocks and clashes as Pluto continues to unearth hidden agendas, power plays that will affect us all globally. Now, Mars Direct, I'm not going to lie to you, Mars Direct fuels the path to fiery clashes globally. And as Pluto is in Aquarius for the foreseeable future, basically, it could entail us all being roped into some sort of global conflict. However, I want you to be aware that this period is where power is given to the people to stand strong together. And we're a powerful force against negative narratives that are currently in play. So saying no is a very powerful word and a very powerful energy, and I feel the collective consciousness right now, everybody is feeling that anxiety of watching global events, but I feel it's really important not to allow it to take over the vibrations and, fill us with fear, okay? Because collectively, we change our vibrations and we do, extend our vibrations to other people. So when I was doing the Taurus reading just earlier, they were showing me the experiment with the two plants in a gallery. One plant is, on its own and is given water and light, just like the other plant. But the only difference is one plant, everybody says wonderful, nice things to it, and it flourishes and thrives. And the other plant, everybody who comes into the gallery is shouting obscenities at it or says really horrible things to it. And within 6 months or 6 weeks, I think it was actually, sorry, I do correct myself, it started to die. Okay. And that is proof that we are all energy. We feel vibrations, we feel intentions. And, there's going to be a lot of like clickbait going on at the moment of really horrific sort of headlines that they just want to get the numbers, they want to get the views and all of that. They're going to use clickbait in order to instill like a sense of fear so that you watch something and it makes you feel really nervous and anxious. I want you to be aware, yes, there are some very horrific things going on. We all know it. We can feel it. But also, we must channel our energy in a different form, okay? If there's something we can't do about it on a personal, localized scale, we must try as much as possible to detach from the sense of fear and recognize that things will level out. Remember, the energy supports a leveling out of what is to occur at this time. Remember, power is given to the people, and standing strong together, there will be a shift of power long term. So, I'm thinking about doing like another channel because I want to keep this very much for your personal energy. And if I do another channel where I do some scrying and look into what I can see, and if anything comes up there for the future in that scrying, then I will mention it. I think I should do it on another channel because, we can all see what's occurring at the moment, but also I want to keep this channel very much protected in terms of its energy for you and how you can thrive under these difficult circumstances. Okay, so I want to define the two energies. So, drop a comment down below if you feel that's something that you would like for me to do. I will try to find time for it. But again, if it's not something that you're interested in, then of course I'll stay away from it. Now, with respect, I'm going to step away from the energy and, focus more on what is occurring for you, because February actually occurs in a leap year as well, which is a very powerful omen, delivering extra luck for your personal path. Okay, you get an extra day, of course, but also it regulates the seasons. So this is a year where things start to restructure, but also to regulate. So, whenever there is change, there is going to be some sort of restrictive energy. Whenever someone imposes a change upon you personally, my beautiful Sagittarians, you feel like there's a restriction straight away, like you don't want to do it. There's going to be a pushback. And the same with, positive vibrations and negative vibrations, and positive narratives and negative narratives. There's always going to be a pushback. And I feel the positive energy will win. Okay, now also I want you to be aware that you're probably already aware Valentine's Day occurs on the 14th, and it heralds the day of love, even though it's very commercialized and every day should be a day of love. But some might see a declaration of love and romance from their nearest and dearest this month. Also, exes have a strong potential to try and reconnect during this month. And also those who are single, if you're looking for love, there is a very strong potential for you to meet someone new, but we will go into detail there for you as well. Also, Chiron is super active this month, and it's often referred to as both the wounded and healer. So you'll be in a deep healing period and channel that inner strength into new projects or endeavors that see you turn pain to gain. Chiron approaches the moon's north node this month, which actually encourages you to embrace your individuality, shine your unique light, and you may even launch like a new lifestyle choice or a new look or some sort of new approach in your world, because you are magnetic. That's on a personal level. You are magnetic and you're attracting really good things towards you. I mean, your first card there is a big one, the Death card. Something big is changing for you this month. Now, it doesn't just signal the end of one month and moving into the next. I feel for you almost, my beautiful Sagittarians, it feels like January was like a bit of a run of the mill kind of month where things happened. I definitely feel like you were doing a lot of stuff, but I'm getting this energy from your reading. It's almost like you're trying to play catch up with all the things that are on your list or on your mind to do. And I feel this month you're changing your approach. This month you're like, no, I'm going to stick to my time scale. I'm going to stick to my list. I feel like you're in a bit more of an organized energy. And maybe it's that, full moon energy that's, of course, coming from that Virgo sort of vibration there. But I feel more that you are setting intentional living. Okay, you're setting some time out apart for yourself, but also I feel like you're making sure that you have more time efficiency this month as well. Now, you're governed by your third house of communication at the beginning of the month, and that's about finding your voice to speak loud and proud, express yourself and your ideas, but also it's highly connected to the law of attraction. So this will work well for you. This time is about visualizing and communicating to the universe what it is you desire to manifest, what steps you need to take in order to get to where you want to go. Also, some of you may be taking a quick trip, maybe some travel somewhere, maybe a little bit of a road trip with friends, or perhaps it's just a little bit of a getaway, or even like just, going out of town, out of your usual parameters, shall we say, in order to explore your environment in a different way. Also, with that third house, you may feel compelled to study or learn something new about something that you're really interested in. Now, this could be in the form of taking a class, or even just, absorbing yourself online to dig out information, really investigative stuff, because I feel like you really are a sponge this month where you learn new things. But this could also hone a skill or a talent that you already have as well. Then your 10th house takes over from that, and that's all about your ambition. That's about you having the energy, the drive, the motivation. So that's double energy from Mars. So at the end of the month, you're going to be like a little whiz kid running around doing all the stuff. And, right now it's almost like I see, a spinning top, but it's weird the way I'm seeing it in the water. It feels very much like a spinning top, and then it turns into like a Tasmanian devil kind of thing. So I feel like you're going to be very busy at the end of the month, pushed and pulled in many different directions. The beginning of the month actually feels a little bit more organized, but the end of the month feels a little bit more chaotic. So there is a potential to get a little bit grouchy there as you move from the middle to the end of the month, because I feel like you will be under a lot of pressure. However, I feel the Wheel of Fortune, it turns in your favor. So there is something really exciting connected to that. So although it feels like high pressure, it feels like you're winning in some way. It feels like there's an accomplishment made, or it feels like there's some sort of good news that is attached to it that makes it worth the while. Now, of course, if you're in a career, this is about you making your mark in that part of the world that you're working in, establishing yourself and your reputation, someone who is full of great ideas, destined for the top. That is what you'll be known for. And also, on a general note, if you're not in a career sector right now, I feel like it's about being more organized and focused to hit your targets. Ultimately, I feel like you're leveling up in some way. And even if you're retired, or even if you're currently looking for work, this is a great month to find a new opportunity. But also, if you're retired, it is a great month to get all those projects off the ground, and really connect to your sense of life purpose and your belief system there as well. But the Death card can indicate some sort of revamp. Okay, because I'm feeling like a revamp of a look, or and I don't really normally talk about aesthetics, but some of you may like add some sort of different color to your hair, or you may add something new to your wardrobe that has like a creative individual flair there as well. And I feel there's some sort of change going on with you that sees you end a chapter. Okay, it says here, be ready for a rebirth, changes that will bring new and exciting futures. So I definitely get an energy here that something big is ending, but it means a new portal is opening up for you. Doors rarely just close shut. It means other doors are available to you, doors that perhaps have been shut for quite some time. Whenever we reach a closed door in our life, it doesn't mean never. It means not now. The universe needs to orchestrate options for you to make sure that everything is like plotted out the way it should be in divine timing. So I feel you're going to see a lot more opportunities open up to you this month, but also I see you breaking all habits, whether these are timescale habits. If you tend to be someone who is always a little bit late, I have a friend who runs approximately 20 minutes late for everything. It's like you could actually run your clock by it and go, yep. So whenever a group of us are meeting, we tell everybody to meet at a certain time, but we always tell our friend to 20 minutes earlier than we actually are to meet, because that means they are going to be on time for the rest of us. But we've learned that. So I feel some of you, if you tend to be a little bit late, or if you have really strong intentions to be on time for things, but circumstances always get in the way, you're going to find this month that actually you're going to be on time. Nothing's going to get in your way. Things are working out in your favor. Also, if you are someone who has been procrastinating recently, you feel that lull after we've come off the back of, the new year. Everyone has high intentions. They are really organized, inspired, and excited about the year ahead. And suddenly, as you move into the rest of January, you start to feel that lull where you're like, it's kind of the same old thing just ticking over. And, there can be a temptation, especially since you have the Devil card there can be a temptation to fall back into old habits. But I feel like you're staying strong. This is about you sticking to your intentions. And I feel there's a wonderful rebirth here for you. And I feel like you're clearing space for something new, something very exciting there. But the Death card can also indicate, and I'm going to be very delicate when I say this. For some of you beautiful Sagittarians out there, and I'm sending a huge hug if this is you, some of you, I'm only getting like a 2% energy. Some of you may have been going through a bereavement recently. And this is only if you've just come to this reading. I want you to be aware of that, because I don't see it for February. I feel it's something that you're dealing with in the now, because this is your protagonist energy. I feel there is no rhyme or reason to bereavement. One day you can be feeling okay, you've got a grip of things, and the next moment you don't. So allow yourself the grieving process. I do see that you're going to be a little bit up and down. Your emotions will fluctuate, but your body is trying to regulate that sense of loss. And I'm sending you a huge hug and so much love out there. I'm just trying to tap into an image to see if I can be given something for you. Okay, actually, they're giving me a swan. And I feel they were giving me a swan before I even approached this reading, okay? So a swan will be your sign that a person in spirit is very protective over you. This person is actually very territorial, okay? They really care deeply about you, whoever this person is. And I feel like they're protecting you as you move forward. And they know it's hard work. Okay, they know it's difficult, but I feel like they're surrounding you in a lot of love, warmth, and strength. And every time you see, even if it's a logo of a swan, even if it is like an actual swan, if you're truly lucky, I feel, this is the sign from someone who has transitioned. This is a sign for you that they are around you at all times, and they hear you. They hear you. They hear what you have to say. They're listening. So I want to respectfully sort of move away from that energy, but I'm sending you so much love and hugs out there. And it's hard to keep your mind on other things when you're going through that. So I totally understand, but know that they are sending you signs, and look out for the swan. I actually feel for the majority of my beautiful Sagittarians that a swan is important logo for you this month, or an important image for you this month, because I feel some of you beautiful Sagittarians out there may have to stand your ground on something, or you may like gracefully leave something perhaps. The main energy I'm getting is graceful fierceness. Okay, it's like gracefully, diplomatically standing in your power, but fiercely either defending an idea or defending your territory in some way, or saying no, okay? Or like, because I just keep seeing this swan like really like extend the wingspan. So I feel like you are far reaching in your energy, and you really are a force to be reckoned with. But you may feel it comes in moments where people either underestimate you or undervalue you in some way. You're exerting your power. This month, you are being noticed. You're being recognized as someone who is really good at what you do, but also appreciated for your presence in people's lives. So I just get this energy of protection, protective, territorial, but also like hard work. Something that you do perhaps is really hard work, but you actually make it look easy. Okay, and I feel like you're awakening a power balance in your energy this month, but also I'm getting this sort of attractiveness. People stop and stare. You're going to notice people noticing you, paying you a lot of attention this month. So I mean, whether you're looking for love or not, I feel like you're going to get a lot of attention in this month. This could be in terms of friendships, relationships, romance, and career. I feel a lot of attention is on you. You're commanding that level of attention, okay? You are being noticed this month is what I see. But we have the Hierophant here, okay? And it's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse. Now, the Hierophant is about doing things in a traditional way. So I really get a sense with it being in reverse, you're being really maverick this month. You may be doing something that you normally do, but you're exploring it in a different fashion. I feel like you're approaching it in a different form. I feel there's a new strategy here, and I feel like you are being really original in your creative ideas. Now, the Death card with the Hierophant there, it can also indicate, as it is in the reverse, it can indicate that you have a healthy mistrust of people in positions of power, authoritative figures who tell you one thing and say something else and then deliver nothing at all. So I feel you are keeping your eye on the way that things are governed at this moment in time. And on a more local level, I get an energy here of some of you, if you're in a career environment, some of you may be leaving a position because you don't like the way that the place is run, or you don't like that people abuse their position of power, or there may be some sort of merge or clash of authority going on there. It just feels something's different, okay? And I feel like you're standing your ground and you may leave this position. This could also be in connection with like community events. It could be that you're involved in a group of people, like socially, where you feel, you know, things are just different, or people are changing the rules in some way, or it just feels a little bit like alien to you at the moment. So I feel a withdrawal from this energy. So for example, if you're involved in like a book group, okay, I'm just throwing this out there. That's not what I'm seeing, but I'm just giving you an example. If you've been involved in a book group for quite some time and, you know, suddenly someone else has taken charge of this book group and they are suggesting books that are like inappropriate or something that you're truly not interested in at all, you may be like, you know what, I don't think this is the group for me anymore. I think things have changed and I just don't gel with this. So I feel like you're removing yourself from situations where you feel like you don't gel, or you feel that, you know, have changed beyond belief. Now, also what I see here is some of you may experience policies changing. Now, these could be like insurance policies. These could be, like even subscriptions. So you may hear of like an increase in finance. For example, if you have a subscription, it may go up like $2 or something like that. Or you may even hear that policies in your insurance are changing. They may be like restructuring things around, taking things out that, you know, were benefits before. Could also be like in your work environment. There could be some sort of merge, contracts going on where they're changing in some way. And you may have to have a meeting with someone in a position of authority, okay? Because I feel there's some sort of meeting energy going on there. But also I see a lot of you being noticed by hierarchical figures, especially if you work in a career environment. I feel there could be a sudden change or a sudden opportunity that comes that you grab with both hands. And it's something that's completely unexpected, but it is positive there as well. It says here, connect to your inner wisdom, time to choose a new path or direction. So this new start is something that you've been thinking about for some time. It could be something that you've been mulling over or ruminating on last year, but now you feel the time is right. It could also mean that, you know, you've been working behind the scenes on something and the time is getting near to when you reveal it or when you feel it is ready to move forward with it as well there. Now also, the Hierophant with the Death card, if some of you are deciding to leave somewhere and there is a contract involved, the Hierophant can represent that some of you may desire like advice from a person who is an authoritative figure in the arena where you require advice, okay? Especially if you're leaving something and is out of contract, for example, whether that's like a phone subscription or, you know, an energy company that you feel like you've been with for too long and they're like changing the goalposts, whatever it is, I feel you may need to go to like citizens' advice, or, you know, you may need to go to some sort of governing body or even ask to speak to the manager to find a better deal. Ultimately, it works in your favor, whatever it is, because I feel like you're turning things around for the positive. Now, your outcome energy, I mean, Thanks so much. I'm truly grateful. Also, some of you, before I move forward, some of you beautiful Sagittarians may be dealing with grief on a different level. You may have been going through a separation or a divorce, okay? I feel if you've been going through a separation or a divorce recently, I definitely see that, it has been very, very difficult, and you may feel a little bit like, it's almost like, I don't know how to say this. It feels like you're learning to do life again. Okay, so especially since you got the Hermit card here and you got the Death card, the Hierophant, if you're in a high level commitment, it's like you're learning to do life again. There's a freedom about it, but at the same time, you may feel it's like not second nature. It just feels like you're in a different pace, if that makes sense. You're at a different pace, but it actually will work in your favor, okay? So, of course, you'll be going through a period of healing, but I feel like you're turning that pain to gain and channeling that excess energy into creative projects and pursuits. And also, with the Death card there, some of you are thinking about leaving a career environment to set up on your own, become a consultant or an entrepreneur, or some of you are, especially since the Hermit there, it's like a desire to go solo. And if you feel like there's chaotic situations in your current circumstances, I feel some of you are like just removing yourself from drama until it blows over. And then I feel like you're turning things around in your favor. Now, we do have the Devil card as one of your outcome cards. This can indicate you embracing your passions. It literally says, embrace your passion. Don't allow fears to hold you back or rule your actions. So if you're thinking about something new, a new start, new change, a relocation, whatever it is that's new for you, you're being given the thumbs up from the universe to go for it. But make sure you investigate the way. Look before you leap. The Hierophant is to gain knowledge, okay? Some of you may also feel tempted to put yourself in a course of learning. I'm being given an energy that one of the courses of learning is very expensive, okay? Very expensive. I feel if you shop around a little bit, you're going to get a course of learning that is equal in quality, but it is not as expensive. So you may find a discount or a deal. I mean, it could even be the same course, but you find like one of those websites that have like a discount code or something that gives you it at a lower price. So if you are currently trying to upskill or learn a new craft, I definitely see that courses of learning is something that you will be embracing this month as well, especially since you got the Hierophant, which is all about learning, but also your third house, which connects to studying in some way. But the Devil card can also indicate obsessive energy or looking at where you feel stuck, okay? It's not an evil card. It actually is about the constraints that bind us to a position, and then we start to feel that life gets into a repetitive cycle. So, sometimes we can feel tempted to get complacent. If we feel comfortable at a certain level in life, we can just sort of sit back and relax a little bit. But then we start to feel that stifled, stagnant energy, and we start to realize actually we're stuck. So we start to source out opportunities to change our circumstances. And I feel you are doing that right now. With the Devil card, this can also indicate that you're following your passions, but don't get too obsessive in it, that you're like tunnel vision and you don't see something else. Because life is all about balance, okay? Let me pull a card on that Devil card for you, because the Devil card can also indicate, that there is a bad habit that is costing you peace of mind, or that there is a bad habit that's costing you money, for example, and you may be looking at it this month, trying to find a way to either balance it out or to, shift it in some way so that it works in your favor, because the Hermit card indicates you're choosing a healthier path. You're sort of taking time out for reflection. So because it's there with the Devil, it's like you're embracing your passions, channeling your energy into healthy pursuits. You're not wanting to waste time. You're not procrastinating. You're going to be very productive. But the Hermit also is take time for rest, okay? You're going to be in a very busy period of doing, following those passions, but at the same time, make sure you get good quality rest. Me time is important there. But let me just pull a quick card on that Devil card for you. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? The King of Wands, yeah. In a state of action, influencing your circumstances, following your passions, okay? It's really interesting because the Devil card has so many different meanings, and it's really important for me to sort of hone in on which one is the one that is relevant for you. And the King of Wands, male or female, not a gender-specific reading, This is about you aligning with all that energy that you have and channeling it into creating something really special. Now, for a lot of you, it could be entrepreneurship or stepping into a leadership position. Okay, it could be a managerial role or something that becomes available for you, and you may feel a little bit nervous because it's like uncharted territory. You're moving out of your comfort zone in some way, which can throw up some doubts, throw up some fears, but you've got this. With the Hermit energy, it tells me that you're naturally very knowledgeable and gifted at what you do, okay? So I feel like you are established already. Even if like you're 19 and you're coming to the job market, for example, you naturally came to this lifetime with a set of skills that are to help you evolve in this lifetime, okay? So naturally you are very talented at whatever it is that you do already. But also this is about influencing your circumstances, okay? Sometimes when we are full steam ahead, remember Mars and all the planets are direct, which means you're going to have excess energy this month. And if we don't channel that energy, sometimes we can feel a little bit stifled, you know? If you've got all this excess energy and you've got nowhere to channel it, it can start to build up and make you feel like really stuck. So I feel like you're really looking at that this month. Also, this card is, you know, when you get a King of Wands and the Devil card, it can indicate that some of you, you know, you are highly passionate and, you know, magnetic and attracting a lot of attention at this time. And there is a potential for a fling if you want one, of course. If you're looking for love, I will look a little bit deeper, of course, because this month is connected to Valentine's Day, but I feel your energy is more about your path. You're more focused. That's your priority this month. But also, this card can indicate, you know, that there is somebody who perhaps is presenting themselves as being really confident, someone who is very charming, and beneath the surface, it's like they have ulterior motives, okay? So it could be hidden intentions there. So it could be someone who's presenting as wanting a relationship, but their actions are not meeting their words. But I feel it's a highly creative month for you. Let me just go one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, we've got, yeah. So it could be that this person with the Five of Swords and the Knight of Swords, it could be that this person, you know, their goal is to get the goodies and then sort of move away, okay, or take a step back in some way. I feel like they don't mean to hurt you, but at the same time, they're out for themselves, okay? They want to win at all costs. So just watch out for that, especially if you're single and you're looking for something a little bit more long-term and stable. But if you're looking for a fling, I do feel there's a high potential in your overarching energy for that to become a reality. So that's there as well. Now, also with your personal energy, I'm getting a major thing of don't overthink it, just go for it. Okay, whatever it is, I feel, of course, do your due diligence, get all the variables in play before you move forward on something, but you're being given the thumbs up. And I feel like you're going to be very goal-oriented, very action-packed month for you. Especially at the end of the month, I feel it's going to be like super busy there for you. But also this is really about you setting an intention, a target, and going after it. The Five of Swords, whenever we're about to do something really great, the mind starts to work overtime, okay? So it's really important to shift negative self-talk. That inner critic can sometimes become very loud when you're about to do something really highly successful, especially if you're doing something on your own terms, okay? So silencing that inner critic is very important there at the end of the month as well, because I feel there is an element of greatness happening here for you. Also, we've got the Hermit there. So some of you, your quick trip, it may be a spiritual retreat, or it could be a quick getaway to withdraw from this busy energy, and it could be some silence time, you know, solitude, but it doesn't have to be alone. It can be that you are with your thoughts to be reflective and calm. So during a very busy period, this is about finding sanctuary during this time, okay? It says here, rest and look within. Take time to reflect and look within. So this card also indicates some of you, especially at the end of the month, you're going to be feeling a little bit exhausted, okay? A little bit fed up with the way that things are going, okay? I feel like some really great stuff, but as I said, you're going to be like this spinning top or this Tasmanian devil where you just feel a little bit pushed and pulled in many different directions, and you may feel that everybody wants a piece of you, and you may feel you don't want to spread yourself thin, so you may feel that you're having to try to regulate your energy and even like your emotions and your hormones in some way this month as well. So I feel taking some good quality rest is important there for you too. Now, the Hermit, of course, it can indicate that you're recharging your batteries. It's a temporary timeout, okay? And I definitely see that starred for you. But the Wheel of Fortune indicates you're allowing opportunities to come in, because sometimes we can be full steam ahead and, we're in a very driven energy, which is, of course, is what you're going to be doing with your 10th house there. But there is a period to sit back and allow the universe to bring the good stuff to you as well. And I feel this is, a lucky break happening for you at the end of the month. Destiny meets synchronicity. Fortune's wheel is working in your favor. So this can indicate some sort of gamble or leap of faith that pays off for you because you trust your intuition, and your destiny becomes super obvious to you now. You're in the flow of prosperity there as well. But this is also a card of like luck, better luck coming to you. And I want you to be aware that swans actually are an omen of good luck. Okay, so I feel some of you round about the end of the month in particular may see swans. And it could be a logo on a business card if you're looking to be in business. It could be in the grocery store. There's like a logo on a food source or something. So I feel keep your eyes peeled. That swan indicates some better luck coming your way as well. Okay, now this card indicates prosperity is coming. Okay, but it can be easy come, easy go. Okay, so I feel like, being wise with your spending is important this month. I feel like you're creating some sort of budget plan there as well. But a lot of you may be thinking about launching something new, like a side hustle or something creative that you are really good at, and it may actually complement what you already do. But it says here, be open to possibilities, new opportunities, and good luck. And I feel like you are very open to that. This is your overarching energy. I'm being shown a rosette right now with that. I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading. I'm seeing a rosette. So some of you may enter some sort of competition, or perhaps you're in a very competitive environment and you may win something. I'm actually seeing on it's like first prize. So you may win a lucrative deal or a lucrative promotion, or, if you take part in competitions, you may win that, whether it's like a, more local community type quiz, or whether it is something more global, like a lottery. I'm not sure. You may have some sort of win on that. I'm not telling everyone to go out and play the lottery. I just want you to be aware of that. I'm just seeing that something that you'll feel proud of is coming in, and it feels like a win. Okay. Strong Emperor, that's how you're starting. A lot of Aries energy. You had the King of Wands there. You got the Emperor as well. So some of you may have very strong Aries energy in your chart. If not, it's all about that fire, that tenacity, that drive. So a very productive month. Also, the Emperor is very serious. So I feel like you are getting serious about your time. Look at that Chariot card at the end of the month where you're going to be very, very busy, on the go, maybe even a little quick trip there. I also feel Eight of Cups, you're walking away from something, the Death card for the second time. Pay close attention to your synchronicities. Something that perhaps you didn't want to walk away from, or you found it hard to walk away from. I feel like suddenly you're doing it this month. It's just not vibing with you anymore. And the Star, shining your light. You've got a lot of major arcana cards here, okay? The Chariot card, the Death card, the Emperor, the Star. That means you're using your power to stand out, to attract a wish, and make progress in all of your endeavors. But also, you're in control of your destiny. Some of you may even purchase a car this month, for example. I feel there may be a car that perhaps you want to purchase, but you don't want to spend as much money as it's sort of advertised as, if that makes sense. Who really wants to purchase at full price? Nobody. But I feel there is a potential here for you to find a better deal. Okay, so it could be that you find the same sort of car, but for a lower price. Again, I'm getting that energy for you that you get a good deal this month. But let's start with your first card, the Emperor. Now, this is a card of responsibility. Okay, it is a card of adhering to your tasks, administrative tasks. Looking at the King of Pentacles in the Resistance position, these are some of the tasks that perhaps you haven't completed from last month or even last year. So I feel some of you are going to return to things that you just want to get in order, okay? And again, I think I mentioned this at the beginning of your reading. It's almost like I get this energy that you're trying to play catch up, that you feel that time is going by so quick, you can't quite finish everything that you start, or, you're in a constant cycle of trying to keep on top of things. But this month is going to be better for that there as well. Now, the Emperor, of course, is a card of success, but it's a card of having a 5-year plan or sticking to some sort of strategy. So I feel some of you are deciding to walk away from something for sure, or you're definitely being really serious about cutting things out that no longer vibe with you. That 8 of Cups says you are freeing yourself from something. You're either restarting something. It could be restart of a career, for example, if you have been on maternity leave or paternity leave for a while. You may be re-entering the workforce after a period of being out. Maybe if you had lost your job before you come to this reading, either through leaving it yourself or through being made redundant. I feel some of you are re-strategizing your resume in some way, and you're actually in a really powerful position. I see the potential here to make a lot of progress. You really stand out, and I feel like there is a huge potential for you, my beautiful Sagittarians, either to get a new role in the working environment or, level up to a promotion in some way. But ultimately, you're leaving something that you've established for quite some time, and you are embarking on a change of direction, or you're moving on to the next level. That's what it feels like with this. The Emperor card is to be in control, but also it is to create like a tight budget as well, to be stricter with your finances, especially since we have the Chariot card there as well. When you apply those two energies to a career reading or to a money reading or anything like that, it means keeping a tight rein on your finances and being stricter with yourself. So, because the King of Pentacles is in the resistance position, some of you may have noticed that, you've overspent in some way, or you're trying to recoup your energy and your money and make sure that you save a little bit more this month. I feel like there's a bigger purchase on your mind, and I feel that economically you're just being very mindful of what you spend. Okay. Also, I do see that you're going to treat yourself, don't get me wrong, but I feel like you are trying to purchase something large in the future. This could be real estate, it could be a home, it could be that you're thinking about moving into a rented accommodation that perhaps is a little bit more money or even a little bit less money. I definitely get a sense here that you're thinking about having more money in your pocket. So I feel you're going to be a little bit stricter there as well. But the Emperor is like to be starred for success, to be in control, to be a leader, and you are a natural born leader. So I feel like no more playing small for you, my beautiful Sagittarians. I feel like you are empowered. I feel like there's this sense of value, knowing what you want and recognizing that you deserve it because you put in so much effort. You put your whole heart and soul into every single thing that you do. Even if it is like wrapping a gift for someone who is really dear to you, you put in so much attention and love into wrapping that gift, right through to, trying to conquer the career environment, right through to your friendships. You really put everything of you into what you do and what you care about. And I feel it's only fair that the universe is sending you some reciprocity there as well. Now, the 8 of Cups is a very interesting card because it means anybody who walks away from the 8 of Cups means that they actually stumble upon the 9 of Cups, which is a wish fulfilled. And the equivalent card is the Star. So you are aligning yourself with a wish or a dream come true opportunity, but you're doing things differently, okay? Things that used to vibe with you a long time ago, they just don't cut it anymore. I feel like you've evolved, you've matured, especially since you have the Emperor there. And I feel like you are going to have some sort of like moment in the month of February where you're like, you know what? I've really grown up, or I've really matured to a position where things just don't affect me in the same way. And I feel that gives you a lot of power, okay? When something can't be taken away from somebody, or when something cannot bother a person, they are a very strong person indeed, okay? Because I feel this energy of you having a lot of strength. And the 8 of Cups also indicates you may have to decide between, because cups are connected to love, it could mean some of you are at the moment almost like compensating in one part of your life where you feel like, yeah, you've got organized, you're focused on your career, you're doing well in your career, but you may feel love is missing and you may feel things are out of balance for you. So maybe I feel this restructure coming through where some of you are like, I need a little bit more balance. I need to identify that missing ingredient in my life. And if that missing ingredient is love for you, I feel like you're going to be a little bit more love focused. Or try to be, I don't see it's like your priority. I feel like you're more about making progress, keeping free movement, your finances there as well. And some of you are healing, especially if you've been going through bereavement there. But I definitely get a sense of you looking at direction this month. And I feel like you want love to be part of your plans. So if some of you are already in a high level commitment with somebody, I definitely see that, some of you may actually decide to move. Either you move in with each other or you move to a different part of the world, or you're planning a trip. Some of you, especially since it's Valentine's Day, some of you may actually decide to go on a trip, a romantic trip away, or you're surprised by your partner with a romantic trip. But I feel it's like not completely on the Valentine's Day date, because I feel like you'll probably like celebrate it, but I feel the trip is like at a different time so that it's less money. So I feel, the romance is still there, but it just feels like you're still getting a deal and being sensible and logical about your finances. So that's coming through there as well. But the Eight of Cups can indicate a different approach, partnered with the Emperor, a different approach with your power, okay? So some of you are venturing out of your comfort zone. You're in a period of transition, and I feel you're thinking more about your journey, because where you are right now, you may have felt that you've got to a certain level where it's not interesting anymore. It feels like you've established yourself in it, and now you need a little bit of change. So for example, if you move into like a new apartment, right, and you're getting it all up and running, and you're like, yeah, it's so exciting, I'm making this my little sanctuary, and then you've been there for months, and then it becomes home. And then you're like, okay. Every day you've wanted to come home and spend more time in your little sanctuary that you built, but now you want to come out of that comfort zone. Now you want to explore the neighborhood in a different way. Now you want to explore a little bit beyond the neighborhood, because you want to, extend your interest more and more. And I feel like your curiosity this month is about coming out of your comfort zone and, breaking boundaries in some way where you are coming out of the norm or something that you usually do. I feel like there's just a flip where you're approaching it in a different way to either get a new perspective or to just like discover new places, new people, new experiences, just to keep things really interesting. Now, we do have the King of Pentacles, of course, but it's in the resistance position there. Some of you, if you are in a career, you may feel like you're not getting the amount of money that you deserve for the position that you're holding right now, because we've got the Emperor energy, which is an established position. So some of you may be deciding to leave a position because you feel you deserve more money. So I feel there is a new opportunity coming in, and you will be leaving that position in order to step into a new role. Now, it's really odd, the energy that I'm getting, but I have to give you what I'm being given. It's almost like you will get more money with a different title. Okay, so it feels very much like the title that you're holding right now, if you are in a career, it's quite established, but I feel like it's like you're not being paid what you are truly worth in the position, because you do work really hard. And I feel there may be like not a lesser title. I just think that there's different words used in the title. And I feel like you actually earn way more money in a new role. But it could indicate that you get a new title and you move into a promotion or, some sort of raise there. But I do feel there is more money available to you at the end of the month, because anything that's in the resistance position, it goes into the upright, okay? Now, I also want to address the King of Pentacles in the resistance position and the Death card in the resistance position. It can indicate someone is not pulling their weight. Okay, now this could be in a relationship. Even if you love that person dearly, you may notice that there's no reciprocity there. So I feel some of you may actually highlight, not give an ultimatum, but highlight there needs to be like a little bit more balance in the relationship, because you're feeling a little bit fed up right now, and you don't really want to walk away from this, but at the same time, you feel something needs to change because you have needs as well. So I feel that maybe a conversation about that. If it's in a career, it could be that there is a boss who is in some way jealous of your skill set and feels threatened by your ingenuity and your potential for progress. They may feel that as they are kind of like well, I feel this person, whoever this person is, it almost feels like they're middle management, like they're somewhere in between. They're not the CEO and they're not like a manager. I mean, they may be a partner or something, but they see that they are replaceable, and they see that there is a potential because you are really skillful at what you do. They are a little bit nervous that you could replace them. Okay, and I feel this person, they may be trying in some way to keep you stuck, or you may hear that a position became available, but they didn't put you up for it because they want to keep you exactly where you are. This is a sort of person that if, for example, they're going on holiday and they need someone to do their stuff when they're away, they may delegate it, but they're not going to tell everybody exactly what they do because they don't want to be replaced, right? So I feel they're keeping a little bit of something back. So they're not telling everybody what they do, or they're not training people in how they do it. So it always looks like everybody's incompetent while they're away. And then when they come back, they're like saving the day. Okay. So there's this energy coming through there. You may have to deal with this person. And with the Hierophant there, some of you may even need to take this person to task to a higher governing body like HR. Okay. So you may hear that this person has tried to stifle your progress in some way, or they may even, not do something that they were meant to do and try to pass the blame onto you, okay? But I feel like you've got proof that it wasn't you. So that's coming out there as well. That's a very sort of dramatic kind of message to come through, but it obviously is connecting to somebody out there because it wouldn't come through otherwise. Ultimately, I see, my beautiful Sagittarians, the majority energy of how can I increase my finances, okay? Making really good, solid financial decisions. You've got your business head on this month and you're very ambitious and really practical about money as well. So this is about you manifesting more wealth. And, this card is also about being a reliable leader. So I feel some of you may actually decide to launch your own business or do something creative or something that utilizes your skill set to increase your finances. With the Emperor and the King of Pentacles there, it can also indicate some of you will do 2 jobs or do 2 kind of like streams of income, something that you're established in that may have like a contract that you work for a company with like a hierarchical system, or something that you do on your own that you are your own boss at, okay? Like setting up like an incorporation type thing where you are you're director of your own company, you are your own boss. I get a sense here that with the Chariot card, you may be, pooling your energy and making sure that you give attention and time to each one accordingly, but not spread yourself too thin. Okay, so I do see an increase in your finances. I do see a lot more wealth attracted to you because of your hard work. And I see someone in a position of power who's way above this person that I talked about, who has the potential to try and step in your way. I see them being aware of the situation and doing something about it. You have friends in high places. So if there is a promotion available to you that you feel like you missed out on, this person in a hierarchical position, like a CEO, is going to notice, and there's a new role being made available, and you're going to be tapped for that role, okay? So, because I feel if, for example, some of you decide to leave a position, they may counter act your decision to leave with an incentive to stay. Okay, so I'm seeing that coming through there as well. But with the Death card there, I mean, as it's in the resistance position, I feel they may try to tempt you to stay. If you're truly not happy where you're at, I feel like you're leaving, okay? And this, I'm just giving you an example. This could also be a relationship. If, for example, you are having difficulties in a relationship and you are doing what's right for you and you feel it's time to leave a position, this person may try to go out of their way to make you stay. And although there's a lot of feelings there and it is very complex, this situation, I feel you're going to do what's right for you. I feel this energy of you resisting the decision to stay. Okay, I feel with the Chariot card and the Star, I feel you have to make a decision, but ultimately with the Chariot card there, I feel like you are having the confidence to leave a situation if it is toxic or it is in some way stifling your personal development and growth, okay? Now, the Death card in the resistance position, some of you have been feeling stuck in some area of your life for some time, bit stagnant, and I feel like you're just taking command of things this month to change things and shake things up a little bit, okay? And I feel you're going to make really great decisions to make progress. This is a card of triumph, of success, but it's also about commitment, dedication, and, you know, the willpower to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. The Chariot card is actually about you being in command of your direction. And normally when you get the Chariot card, there's no reins on the card, which means your willpower, the power of your mind, is governing that chariot as much as fate and destiny is bringing you to different points in your life that are destined to occur in divine timing. So I feel, you know, you're creating that balance between the flow of you setting your intention and accomplishing it, and also the universe helping you and protecting you on your path and guiding you to where you're meant to be. But the Chariot card there is a card of success. So you're setting an intention and you're taking action on it, and nothing is going to get in your way. Okay, I really feel that you're going to change your circumstances for the better, and there's a lucky outcome here as well. But also the Chariot card is a card of fearlessly using your skill set to be truthful and honest to yourself and go after what it is that you deserve. So this could be on a project, it could be on a, you know, a relationship, it could be on, you know, some travel, because this is a card of travel as well. Some of you may be purchasing that car by the end of this month. February is what I see there. You're going to see one that is just perfect for you, but it's lower in price. But also, the Chariot card can indicate some of you are really trying to get organized and tie up loose ends because you have some sort of party or invitation or travel, quick trip stored for you at the end of the month. So I feel you're making sure that you're in the flow of getting stuff done. Also, the star energy is a wish delivered, aligning yourself with a dream come true opportunity. But also it's about gaining clarity, seeing things as they truly are, and using your wisdom to embrace new ideas, be inspired. And I feel there is a brighter future for you to look forward to. When I look at the overarching energy of this, it's like you're in the planning stages of something in the month of February that you will see slot into place, and you can see it will affect the rest of your year in such a positive way, okay? So I feel like you are shining your light, and I feel like, you know, you have clarity on what steps you need to take in order to get the best out of your situation. I'm just going to pull a card on this because also I'm getting an energy of healing. Some of you, if you're leaving a position that was toxic or a relationship that was toxic, you need to take the time that is necessary to really process what just happened and what lessons you can take with you from that situation so that you can notice any red flags in the future, okay? So I feel it's an important time for you to get clear on what it is that you want. Remember, your third house of communication also means you're communicating to the universe what you see in your mind, because then you can have that in your hand as well. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is, you know, being realistic. It's also about being determined and, you know, being someone who's faithful and hardworking. The money that you make will come from true grit, okay, perseverance, but also you're proceeding with integrity on something there as well. I feel, you know, this is about you having something offered to you at the end of the month, whether it's like a small increase in money, promotion, or maybe your investments, there's a small increase there as well. But I feel like you're looking at what you have to offer and what you're getting out of a situation. And that's not just in terms of career or, I mean, it could be in terms of your economic institution that you're connected to. For example, if you've put your money in one bank and they're not given great interest rates, it could be that you're leaving them in order to move into a different bank that has better interest rates. Or it could be that you are leaving a toxic work environment because you want a better, healthier working environment and to be seen for your skill set. I see that you are going to be appreciated for what you do, but it's almost like when you're about to leave or when things get critical. You know, it's always the way. When things get to a crisis point where you're like, I've had enough, people start to realize, actually, I'm about to lose this person. So I feel like you're a really good worker. You're someone who's very good at what you do. And just when you're like, you know what, I'm thinking of leaving, or you're putting your resume out there, or you're about to change the way that you approach a situation, suddenly people appreciate you. They show their appreciation, and we're like, oh, you know, it's either a little bit too late or you're tempted to stay because of it. So I feel you have a big decision to make this month. Now I'm just going to go and get some... Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. I mean, if I'm looking at this, it's like there is a situation that you're struggling with, and you've been investing in it for quite some time, and you've decided suddenly, based on some news that has come in or will come in at the end of the month there, well, actually it's the third week of the month for you, third week of February, some sort of exciting news is coming your way, and it's either the beginning of a new project, or it's the beginning of a new idea, or something that you're launching, something that gives you a little bit more freedom, something that really is, fueling your passions, basically. And I feel it's been hard, but you're lining things up to make it work in your favor. So it's almost like, if you're leaving a place, they'll be sorry to see you leave, okay? They're going to regret the way that they didn't nurture your talent or your gifts. If it's a relationship, I feel this person will feel regret that they had you and lost you. But ultimately, this Page of Wands tells me, this is your energy. This is a Sagittarius card. So this is about you standing in your power, setting yourself free, looking at your path and venturing forward boldly to do new things and to be very explorative, to see what makes you excited about your path, waking up in the morning, taking the initiative to set your soul on fire. It's about your commitment and drive to your passions. And I feel, it's almost like slow and steady wins the race, for sure. But is there something in your world where you feel like you've invested in it for quite some time, but it's come to a standstill or it's come to a stop? Because you can see there, the horse is not moving forward. So, sometimes we can stay in a position because the money's right. Many, many years, I always stayed in a very toxic environment, especially a working environment, and also a relationship, because I was scared. I was scared to take the leap. I thought, according to a very toxic environment, I would never find anybody ever again, especially no one as good as them. And, after hearing it many, many times, sometimes you start to believe it, right? Same with a working environment. You think, if I stay in this for a certain period of time, they pay really well, but they treat me really badly, I'll try and overlook that fact, because every time I went to HR, or every time I said something or raised my head above the water and said, hey, this is not cool, you can't treat people like this, I was always like squashed back down again, like, yeah, we'll sort it out, and nothing ever came of it. Nothing ever changed. I had to be that change. And I feel you're looking at your life, and it may not be as critical as that right now, but you're looking at your life at what has become stagnant, what have you been investing in that doesn't seem to be going anywhere, and how can you make that change to get the best out of life, to explore all the potentials and possibilities and reignite your lust for life. And I feel this is the month where you're making that happen. You're making that change. And yeah, it's difficult, but with the Three of Swords in this position, because I'm clarifying the overarching energy, Three of Swords in this position, it's like you got it in the reverse, which means there's a return to hope. It means anything that has been difficult, there is some sort of recovery there where you're making it work in your favor. And ultimately, if you've been going through financial hardship, I feel there's a new project coming in that brings an increase in finances, or some sort of generous financial surprise from the universe that sees you turn your life around in some way. It's a resource. And I feel this is a month where things change for you for the positive. But you've put already a lot of hard work into it. Also, I'm seeing something that you'll put your signature to this month. So it could be like a new subscription, or it could be to a check, or it could be to a contract. Always pay close attention to any contracts, especially the small print. You want to make sure that it is in your favor, especially if companies are merging. And you've been at a company for quite some time, there can be some changes that see you lose out on benefits, or, each year as you staircase financially with inflation, it could be that there is like a change in that, where as soon as you sign on the dotted line, it's a new date. So that means they can take away those benefits, et cetera, because you're no longer working there for 10 years. You're working there from the moment you sign the new contract. So just watch out for that. Now, of course, when it comes to love, okay, I have to be honest here. Some of you are healing from a period of separation with somebody. If you're looking for somebody new, I'm going to pull a card on that, because, of course, I feel like you're not really prioritizing love per se this month. I feel it's more about your direction and your finances, but also keeping life interesting. But I'll have a look there, because You know, they're showing me a long-term commitment here for you, exploring options, but the Page of Wands also tells me that there is someone who has a bit of a spark coming your way. So if you're single and looking for love, this could be a new mate coming in who is very loyal. Someone who starts off as a friend first, okay? And then there's commitment after that. This person is very true blue, and there's a lot of chemistry. So I just want to pull a card on this. Three of Wands. So, like, I feel like you'll meet this person, but there's a little bit of a wait. You will be talking to this new person. I feel like you're like focused on your responsibilities and tasks, but this new person may be connected in some way to a goal that you have, or connected to travel. If you're traveling, we got the Death card, which is, of course, a change in your status. I'm basically clarifying your love situation. Really interesting, as you see the Death card there, this figure is standing up to tradition. As you can see, there's the Hierophant there. So I feel in some way you're being a maverick. You're doing things differently, especially since the the Knight of Swords there. I do apologize. The Knight of Swords is actually, you know, a different approach, responding differently to certain circumstances. So I feel if you're looking for love, getting out of your comfort zone, you're going to meet someone who is from a different part of the world than you. You've been waiting a long time, but I feel this person has a very different lifestyle. Don't let that put you off, okay? I feel like that they may travel a lot for work, but there's something about their career that is changing, that they're going to be a little bit more solid in their base. So it feels very much like they want to settle down. They want to plant roots. So they've actually put in for some sort of transfer where they can slow the pace of their work, and they want to create a base. They want to create a home. So I feel they're perfect. They're ready for love now. So I feel this person is right for you. And you may meet this person either traveling, or you may meet this person at a place where there's a lot of hustle and bustle, a lot of movement. You have to travel out of town or out of your neighborhood to be at this event, because I feel like there's an invitation attached to this. But this person, they become your friend first. Okay, and then it won't be too long. There's chemistry and a frisson straight away. So I feel like you'll kind of like be sussing each other out. But there is a potential to go deeper with this person if you want to. We have explore options. Okay, this is your final cards there, explore options. And that's pretty much what your reading was about. Explore new opportunities and look into other options that you may not have noticed before. Choices, opportunities, and refocus. So getting organized there, plotting and planning, strategizing the next couple of months, but also the next couple of years. I feel like you really are in a planning stage. We have protection. As I said, I feel like you have to stand your ground on something. Also, that swan, it is a protective territorial energy. And this logo or this image of a swan is going to be very relevant for you. So look out over the next coming weeks and months there. It says, protect your energy and guard yourself against the people and things that drain you. Security, guard, and vulnerable. So very important there. Also, I would say a black tourmaline or a black obsidian, it helps, you know, guard off negative energy and also helps protect yours. So I always keep one with me, and it really does help. So especially when I'm out and about in crowds, you know, I pick up a lot of energy, and you got to protect your energy every time you go out there. So it may be of benefit to you. We've also got good gossip. Okay. As I said, there's someone in a very like high position who is noticing you, talking behind the scenes, lining you up for some sort of promotional raise or some sort of new opportunity there. And if you've just gone for an interview, or you're currently out of work and you're looking for work, I feel that they're going to be talking about your resume, and when they meet you, they're going to be talking about you in a really good way. It says here, your reputation is very good at this time, or you're being talked about in a positive way. Reputation, image, well known. Okay, I mean, with the star energy, if you want to be in the public eye, this is a great month to launch yourself into the public eye through a new opportunity. You know, it's like suddenly you're being seen. So whether it is like an online business that is going to go viral, or it could be like if you're an artist or a creator in some way, actor, actress, musician, artist, whatever it is that you do, I feel getting it out there and being seen. also people who do, like, because they're showing me animation right now, people who do illustration work, all of that will be seen. So you may hear of like publishing deals or people noticing your skill set and wanting to partner up with you in some way there as well. And if you're retired, I feel, you are someone who may sort of get involved in the community in some way, and I feel people appreciate your presence there, and I feel they may actually give you some responsibilities to take on in the community environment, whether it's to like chair a meeting or organize an event for everybody to go away, or take on some tasks in the community in some way. And I feel it's something that helps bond people together, so it's actually a really nice energy that's coming through. Also, we have commitment. Some of you beautiful Sagittarians out there, your partner may pop the question if you have a high-level commitment, especially since we've got the Wheel of Fortune there. Please try to act surprised if that happens, but that also could happen. But this is about your commitments. Where do you commit your energy? And, is there reciprocity there? It says, commit to this next stage in your development, and there will be a promise fulfilled in some form. As I said, the star is like a wish. So I feel that's the same thing, same energy that's coming through, a promise, a wish. It says long-term, determined, and you're all in. Okay, so I feel things are coming full circle, literally, for you, and you've committed yourself to a certain path, and you're going to see progress on that path. That could be something as small as like a diet or an exercise routine that you've promised to keep in check. Could also be a promise you made to a friend or to a partner or to yourself about your career, or to do more traveling this year. Whatever it is, I feel like you fulfill your destiny, whatever it is in your heart. I'm just going to go and get a trinket for you. We've only got one. Okay, and it is a rune, and it's actually, wow, it is the giant rune. Okay, so this is all about protection, about counsel, okay, luck. And if you feel uncertain about a situation, make sure you get good advice or seek advice on a situation. Heeding advice as well is important. There could be someone though, who doesn't heed advice and is very, very stubborn, and they get a little bit stuck. They may come to you for advice, and I feel like you may help them out of a stuck situation. They will repay that favor in the future, but I feel that's not why you're doing it in the first place. But this indicates protection. Now, I always say, if you feel like you've missed out on an opportunity or you've gone through a separation, rejection is protection and redirection, okay? And I feel, especially with your Eight of Cups there is some sort of redirection going on in your world right now. I feel like the goal is still the same. You still reach the pinnacle. You still reach the place that you desire to be, but the path may be a little bit different, but it's a lot more fun along the way. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Sagittarians. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Sagittarians, and love and light.